Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a demo of the brand new Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. So this is the latest concealer from Too Faced. It's also from the Born This Way range. I have the Born This Way foundation. I'm actually wearing one right now in the shade Golden. It's a little bit olive for my yellow undertones, but unfortunately the next shade down, Sand, is my winter shade and I've got a tan, so I was just wearing it for the purpose of the video, to be fair. So I also have the original concealers, which I've done a review of. Just do a search, and this is again from the Born This Way range, so it's brand new. It retails at £24. I actually bought it direct from Too Faced's store in London. They've got one store in the entire UK, which just happens to be local to me, so I was able to swatch quite a few of them in store and found that this shade Warm Beige is the perfect shade match for me. And when I say it's the perfect shade match, I mean it's perfect for the colour that I like to wear on my under eyes and to highlight the high points of my face. The next shade, which was Sand, was a little bit too dark for me, but that would probably work well if I wanted to use it as a spot concealer for my skin. So that's the reason why I bought this, because I obviously want to illuminate certain points of my face, so I need a shade which is a little bit lighter. Straight off the bat, you guys, this is my new holy grail. Goodbye Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. I absolutely love this. This is excellent. Now, for those of you that are not in the UK or are in other parts of the world, you may not be aware that the UK has been under a heat wave for the past 2 months. We have had unprecedented, record-breaking high temperatures. I know that Europe has had the same. I think Greece in Athens in Greece even, hit 48 degrees. Now, for those of you that are used to these kind of temperatures, like if you're in Australia or in the desert somewhere, that's good for you. But we do not have these kind of temperatures ever, let alone them lasting for as long as they have done. Weeks upon weeks upon weeks. I've actually got a fan pointed at me right now, but it's off because you would hear it in the video. But if it's 30 degrees outside, it's 35 where I am now, and that's really, really warm. So I have been able to test this out in the highest temperatures possible, and it has held up beautifully. Yes, I do sit in an air-conditioned office, however I still have to go outside to get lunch and whatever it is, and there was no creasing whatsoever. There's no moving around under the eyes, there was no creasing, no discoloration, no oxidization. It looked fresh, it looked amazing, and I absolutely love it. Even by the time I got home and I had been in the sun, I noticed minimal creasing under my eyes, but it had been 12 hours. So 12 hours, 30-degree heat, there was a tiny bit of creasing. So I would definitely say if there were normal temperatures in the UK, a little bit cooler, it would last for even longer than 12 hours. It is a full coverage concealer. I absolutely love it. It gives perfect coverage. There is no need for color correcting. I'm just looking on their website. Altogether, there are 20 shades. Thankfully, Too Faced have done it quite well this time. There appears to be a decent amount of shades for fair, medium, and deep skin tones. They just say conceal, contour, highlight, and retouch with this super perfecting natural finish concealer makeup hybrid. The ultimate multi-use formula for a modern and hydrated photo-ready complexion. Fully loaded pigments provide maximum coverage with an undetectable finish for a look so flawless they will think you were born this way. Yes, 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 to all of it. It is definitely a natural finish concealer under the eyes, gives maximum coverage just as they say, and it looks flawless, it looks smooth, and I just absolutely love it. It says that it's oil-free, non-comedogenic formula used to conceal, contour, highlight, weightless and hydrating, so skin is never dry or cakey. That is true. I have not experienced any dryness, any cakiness, and this is even after I have set it with powder, because I would always suggest setting your powder, your concealer under your eyes with powder to give it that extra longevity and to stop creasing. But I do have to say that when I did test it in store, I tested it under my eyes, and bear in mind I did not set it because I just tested it and went. By the time I got home, there was still no creasing. It wasn't that hot that day, to be fair, but it was very humid and very muggy. But I was still very impressed that despite the fact that I hadn't powdered it, that it didn't crease at all. Now, I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that I already had concealer which was set under my eyes and the powder from that mixed with this. I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head, but I was still impressed that this lasted a really long time under my eyes without me having to set it as well. It says long wearing for 12 hours. I would say that it actually goes further than 12 hours. Photo friendly, no flashback, completely. And then it just gives you some instructions about how to use it. It's all down to you. You can use a concealer brush, a beauty blender, sponge, your finger, whatever it is. So that aside, this is what it looks like. It is massive. This is not travel friendly whatsoever. This one can double up as a foundation if you think about it. Just to give you comparison and to put it into perspective, this is the foundation and then this is the concealer next to it. Wow, it's big, isn't it? And the foundation is 30 ml, and the concealer itself is 15 ml. So this is half the size of this, so you get a lot of product for your money. And then obviously you guys are going to ask in comparison to the Shape Tape, which is the Tarte one. Here it is. Tarte Shape Tape holds altogether 10 ml, so this has got more product. £22 for this, and it's 10 ml. £24 for that, and it's 15 ml. And this one performs way better than this one. That's just my opinion. Not saying the Tarte Shape Tape is crap. I've done a review of it. Please feel free to check it out. But I would definitely say that this is now my all-time favorite concealer. I think it's absolutely excellent. It glides beautifully under the eyes. It blends beautifully. It sits beautifully. It sets beautifully. It's just gorgeous. Now, it has got a doe foot applicator, same as the Shape Tape. So here you can see that's what it looks like. And then it's got like a little suction inside to control the amount of product that comes out. Lots of product doesn't come out at once, which I prefer because then you can build it up. But overall, I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm genuinely really happy with this, and I'm so glad that I bought it, and I will definitely repurchase it as soon as it finishes. As they say, it's not just a concealer, it's a multi-use sculpting concealer. So it's up to you whether or not you like to contour your face with concealers or liquid products. That's just down to personal preference more than anything else. I personally prefer powder contours just because I find them easier to use and less of a faff. But if you want to, then you can purchase these in deeper shades as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply this to the high points of my face. I've got a damp beauty blender here, and I'm going to blend it out. The thing about this, having a damp beauty blender and having a liquid product as well, is that you'll find a little bit does go into the sponge, but it does not shear it out, which is great. It just smooths it out so that it looks nice and even. And then I'm going to set it using my Colourpop No Filter setting powder in the shade Banana. Oh, and this is the packaging it comes in. It's the same packaging as the standard Born This Way foundation. And I forgot to say that it also comes in glass packaging the same way as this does. So it does make it slightly weighty. But the fact that the product is so good, I just don't care. In terms of the texture as well, I would say that it sits in between the Tarte Shape Tape and the Urban Decay All Nighter one. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. Ones that are too thin tend to shear out quite a bit, and then it gets rid of that whole full coverage thing and you have to layer them too much. And ones that are too thick can tend to kind of clog under the eyes a little bit, and they can be a little bit more difficult to blend. Obviously the fact that I'm really sweaty right now might help with the way that it kind of glides on my face, but I'm just saying anyway. So now I'm just going to let it sit for a couple of seconds. Normally you guys know that I let it sit for at least 5 seconds before I rub it off, wash it off, clean it off. What? Use the brush to clean it off. But because it's so hot, and because I'm so sweaty and my temperature's so high, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. And that's it. So as you should hopefully be able to see, my eyes suddenly look a lot more illuminated and I look a lot more awake. The coverage is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Yes, I know I do look a little bit odd, but that's just because I haven't finished off the rest of my face. I need to do my under eye makeup. And once it all sits, and I also haven't set my foundation yet. So let me just finish off the rest of my face and I will be back to finish off the review. Hello, I'm back. So my makeup is all done. Concealer, as you can see, now looks beautiful. It looks natural. It doesn't look too over the top. It doesn't look too white. I look nicely illuminated, but naturally illuminated. And it feels soft. It hasn't moved, even though I've had issues with the heat over the past half hour or so. But overall, I think that it's a gorgeous, beautiful concealer. I highly, highly recommend it if you get the chance to get your hands on it. It is permanent, so if you want, I mean, £24 is a lot of money, let's get real. So you can always wait for Debenhams to do deals on it, or Too Faced to do deals on it. There are always deals on it. So take your time, wait for your concealer to finish before you decide to purchase something like this. But overall, I do have to personally say that Urban Decay, bye, it has been removed from the Holy Grail list and has been replaced by this one. Absolutely love it. For those of you that are interested, on my lips I'm wearing Huda Beauty's Demi Matte in the shade Mogul. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Bye.